I got to sing a few favorite lines on that record, The Question.
Yeah.
I think, oh no, Wasted Days. I got to sing in The Nurse. I got to sing Sweet Whores, I have implored to lay me some wisdom.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that.
Oh, Sweet Whores?
Sweet Whores. I have implored to lay me some wisdom. And it's beautiful. I really enjoyed saying that because if you leave out some wisdom, the way it's metered, it's just like, sweet whores, I've implored to lay me, some wisdom.
Right.
They say, know what you want. Just ask and you'll receive.
That's a true double entendre. You're quoting the Bible and at the same time a sex service industry.
Well, it's all connected, I mean, to go back to Magdalene, it's like it's all holy, 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 holy. It's all holy. Sex is holy. All
right, I'm gonna give the rundown so I don't forget these.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night.
Oh yeah. What did the tax man say? That's pretty simple, though. That's a pretty simple one. That's just me being a goofy young man.
You just goofing in that song, mostly?
Yeah, it's just it means just life's a catch-22.
Right.
I like that one, How Hard Did You Cry? When the doctor looks you in the eye. He said, it's sad, your credit's bad. We'll have to let you die.
That's very relevant. Continually relevant to our...
I didn't know how relevant it would remain. We thought things were going to get solved. That was 30 years ago I wrote that song. 25 years, it was almost 50 years old now. I was probably... Yeah.
That's probably the best line there. And I would say my other favorite line is, don't mix those pills with beer. It says so on the box.
Yeah. I like the one, the next line after that is, you might get hurt if you go play with rocks.
Yeah.
Because pet rocks, they hit harder than you know.
Right. That's you just dicking around, it sounds like. Hey. Well, you had to weave it back into the guy breaking his little toe, right?
Oh, I know. Well, I just think about, it was also one of those things where it's the simplest, I can't remember who pointed it out to me, but I probably hurt myself around that time somewhere. And it was like, God, you can hurt the most insignificant part of your body, what you think is the most insignificant.
Right.
Your little pinky. And I mean,
you could die from it. You could. That's true.
Yeah, we knew a guy that took one step, the last bottom step, and he broke his leg, he broke his hip, he died.
Oh,
it was like some guy we knew. Whatever the hell happened, it was like, you gotta be kidding. One step at the end of it all. And in your 20s, because you see yourself living forever in your 20s, which of course I don't see anymore. Now I see a bit of the end, oh my God. I mean, the first people I knew that died, oh my God, it was just insane. It's like, are you kidding? How could we don't die? We're not. We can't die. What an insult.
So what about Whiskey Still?
If you take my mill and my Whiskey Still down on the corner of Common Hill Junction, you might as well kill me. Oh, that's just one about like, well, what do you want from me? I mean, at some point, I'm gonna have to set off a bomb.
This sounds like a guy who's. It sounds like basically like a hobo who's like down, like just beaten down, and he's like an alcoholic, and they're trying to take that away from him too.
No, I think it was more that he was a family guy, or he was some kind of a broken family guy. That was a bootlegger or something like that. It's kind of a bootlegger story. He's essentially a good guy, but he's doing something illegal, and we don't know why it's illegal because, he's got his Whiskey Still. Why are you going to take my Whiskey Still away from me? Because then I won't have no food,
You schooled my daughters and you brewed my waters with poison that takes poison to remove it.
I like that one.
That sounds a little bit deep.
Well, because, you know, it's those things where you've done such a good job of poisoning things. There's no way to get the poison out. Literally, the only antidote for the poison is more poison, which is something else that I never knew that I would understand so well as the medications and things that I was taking in my 20s had probably set the stage of all my life since, you know, my 40s, and have been me trying to figure out how to heal my body from all the medications that they gave me when I was a kid. So, you know, that's true. Sometimes it's funny. You don't know what a prophet you are of your own fucking doom.
I'd rather die happy. I think we talked about this, but I didn't. Right. So we talked about. Yeah. All right. So yeah. Tell me about this.
Yeah, I'd rather die happy. That's my Creedence Clearwater ripoff, and I think that the title came from a song by the band where Levon Helm says, "I'd rather die happy than not die at all." I think it's a song, "Life is a Carnival," and yeah, it's another one of those songs about just not knowing. You know, I said, what is it? I'd rather die happy. Set myself down Tuesday, wrote myself a song. All the things I want to say about what is wrong. But all my complaining comes to no avail. The things I really need to say, I've yet to learn myself.
Yeah.
It's kind of the song of unknowing, right? It's, you know, but I won't cry. You don't know the answer till it's over, right? But then when it's over, well, what good is that? You don't get the answer to life till it's over, and it's over. Great.
So you're trying to talk about what's wrong, but like you don't even know. You don't even know what's wrong.
No, and if I was trying to fix something or say something meaningful, right? I don't even know what to say yet. I mean, God, when I write that song, I'm in my 20s.
So you're trying to say something honest and truthful, but you don't. You're trying to, like, you're being non-pretentious about it and saying like, well, I don't even really. Yeah, I gave you some advice. I don't even follow my own advice, probably.
Not even. I don't have any advice to give. I mean, I guess that's how I feel a lot of times. You know, I don't have any advice to give. Don't take my advice. I don't have any good advice to give you. I'm trying to figure it out myself, you know?
So I won't cry, I won't wail.
Yeah, try not to be upset about it.
You never fail until it's over.
I sang this song, I don't know if you know this band called The Frighteners, but they were a New York band. They are still a New York band. The singer, Dan, he died a few years ago. And he was a very young guy. He had ALS, and he died very quickly. He was diagnosed, and within a year or so, he was dead. And when he died, around the time he died, it was around the holidays. I think the Slackers played a show. Oh, was it No, he died in the summer. We just found out about him being ill. And it was like one of those moments where you couldn't believe it. It was like, no, not Dan. No, really, you know? And I remember that somebody asked me to sing a song for Dan, and I sang that song. You know, and I think every time that year that I sang that song, maybe even still, I sing it for Dan, because it's, you know, it is exactly that. It's like, Jesus, man, you know, it's like we're looking for the answers. We're trying to make some sense out of this all. And then you get to the end, and you know that when they get there, they know something that you don't know, but there's no way for nobody to tell you. And when you get there, there'll be no way for you to tell anybody, you know?
You mean like when you die?
Yeah, when you die, when you get to the end, when you get to the place. I mean, hopefully you'll have some knowledge.
But ultimately, you're saying, don't worry about it, and when it's over, it's over, and that's it.
I don't know if it's don't worry about it, but it's the striving. It's
you never fail until it's over. You mean when you're dead?
Yeah, when you're dead.
But then you're not even gonna know if you failed or not because you'll be dead.
No, you never fail until it's over. And when it's over, it's over. That's my great wisdom of that moment.
I like that. I like that.
Same thing where I say, I wrote a song for the morning light. I sat in the dark.
Right.
I sang a song for Jesus. I sang one for Joan of Arc or Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
It's all these things that, like, we used to sit in my old building, me and this guy Phil Nurgis, and we'd sit there and we'd talk all night about things. Like we were talking about politics and stuff. And we'd argue. Well, don't you think this? Well, I think if they did this, it would be this. Well, I don't know. And we'd sit there and we'd laugh by the end of the night. Phil always is such a wise ass. And he'd say, well, I'm glad that we've ironed out the world's problems tonight.
Right. Yeah, I'll do that too sometimes.
Yeah, he goes, I'll make a phone call in the morning and tell them that we came up with a solution.
If you get together drinking, you can be sure everything everybody says is going to be 100% bullshit.
Yeah. No, but that was the thing was, it was just like, well, who the hell are we? We got no power to do anything anyway. Really.
We solved it.
So I'll call, don't worry, I'll put in a call to the president in the morning.
Yeah.
And we'll tell him Vic and I came up with a solution. Great. I hate to sound so cynical. I'm really not. I'm trying to be more positive these days.
Well, that's one song. I'm trying to run through these because I don't want to take too much more time.
Yeah.
And I want to tie it up nice though. And I want to address the last line of Pappa Told Me because I don't think we talked about it yet.
Yeah, really.
When I met you long ago, only Jesus could have known where I'd be now down the road, right? But all these thoughts in front of me, Lord, don't take away from me. I know just what I'd be alone. That's a tearjerker right there, man. That one got me.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I like my honesty. I like to think I have this persecution complex. It's wrong. Lord, don't take her away from me because I know what I'd be alone. I mean, why do I have to assume that I'm just going to be a fuck up? Why do I have to put that on myself? And
but
why do I have to put that?
You're saying all these thoughts in front of me.
Yeah, all these thoughts in front of me.
Lord, don't take away from me. What thoughts are we talking about?
Well, I said.
When I met you long ago, only Jesus could have known.
Yeah, but I think I say, Lord, don't take her away from me. I think is what I say. Is that what the words say? I think I say, Lord, don't take her away from me. I think I'm asking, don't let them leave me. Don't let them die.
Oh, put all these thoughts in front of me. Lord, don't take her away. Yeah, that could be. I missed the word her.
Yeah, Lord, don't take her. Oh, all these thoughts in front of me, Lord, don't take away from me. Interesting.
I took that like thoughts of memories and the pain of memories, but like, Lord, don't take the memories away from me because I know what I would be alone.
Oh, I like that. All these thoughts in front of me, Lord, don't take away from me.
Because like then you'd be feeling grief. Probably not be wanting to feel like that, but even at that point, your grief,
like
and it's worth the trade-off.
I don't know. Pappa Told Me is such a mournful song. It's such a song of mourning.
And it's a short song. It's a really short song.
Yeah, I guess.
Lyrically. You only have 1, 2, 3, 4 verses in a chorus.
Yeah. My friend Regina played violin on that. She came down. We had this great place where everybody would, it was kind of a clubhouse. We'd all record down there, Version City. Jeff Baker took some of his recording money that we made from, I think it was playing with Rancid. We made that money. And he took his money, and as a giving soul that he was, he bought recording equipment. And then he made the recording equipment available to a few of us that he trusted, And we were on it was me and Vic Rice and Agent J. And I think that was it. I think we were the trusted servants of Version City. And so we'd go down there and we would record songs and we would record on each other's records because you'd go down there and you'd see the tapes, right? And you'd we'd go listen to the tapes, everybody's tapes for fun, to see what they were doing, see what they were up to. And if you liked the song, you'd see if there was an empty track. You'd look at the track list and be like, hey, there's an empty track. And so, like, after a gig, I go down and I'd be like, oh, great, Rocka T just made a record. I'm going to put organ on his record. I'd listen to it, see if there was organ. No organ. Great. And I'd play some organ, take a little solo. And so this is what Jay did. Jay went down and he was hanging out with our friend Regina, who was a saxophone player in the Scofflers at the time. This little pipsqueak of a girl, beautiful and smart and just awesome. And she thought, oh, I like this song. She was like, she's a great violinist. And she, I want to play on that one. And Jay was like, yeah, sure. I think she might have been down there singing a song for Jay or something. Or playing violin for Jay. And so I came back and she had put violin. I was like, oh my God, what a gift. I didn't even know that happened. How lucky is that? That great violin part, she just put it on spontaneously. We were so lucky. We had such a good little spot there. That was the joy. That was living. That was living back then.